Adam Newman may make it back to Genoa City soon, but that does not mean he is really leaving Las Vegas behind. Even after all the Matt Clark chaos starts to settle down, Adam could still carry that whole experience with him. He may be home again, but home might not feel normal, not yet, and just when he is already trying to get his footing, another shock could be waiting for him. This time, the surprise may not come from danger or deception. It may come from Sally Spectra. That is where this story starts to turn, because Adam is not just coming back from a mess, he is coming back in the middle of an emotional collision he may not be ready for. He could still be holding on to that spider version of himself on some level, still stuck in the mindset that came with all the Sin City trouble, all the tension, all the damage that Matt Clark caused. So even before Sally says a word, Adam may already be in a difficult headspace. That matters because what comes next may hit him harder than anyone expects. Sally is pregnant. And not only is she pregnant, but the baby is Billy Abbott's. That news alone is enough to stop Adam in his tracks. It is the kind of update that changes the whole emotional temperature of a conversation. It is personal, it is painful, it is layered. And for Adam, it may bring back everything he has tried not to sit with for too long. Sally already has 2 positive pregnancy tests. That part seems clear. Hospital confirmation is still coming, but this is not just a random scare that will disappear by the next scene. All signs point to Sally truly being pregnant and eventually embracing this chance to become a mother again. That should be happy news in many ways, and maybe for Sally, deep down, it will become exactly that. A new beginning, a second chance, a way to move forward after heartbreak. But even if Sally does embrace this pregnancy, it does not erase what came before. It does not erase Ava. It does not erase the loss. And it does not erase the connection she and Adam will always share because of that pain. That is why this is not just simple baby news. It is not one of those moments where one person delivers an update and the other person smiles politely and moves on. This story has too much history behind it for that. Sally and Adam went through something devastating together. They both lost baby Ava. That grief may look different now, depending on where they are in their lives, but it is still there. It still exists in the space between them. And because of that, Sally may feel that Adam deserves to hear this from her directly. That detail says a lot. Sally may not want Adam to hear this from gossip, from Billy, or from someone else in town. She may want privacy. She may want honesty. She may want one quiet moment where she can sit down with Adam and tell him herself that she is expecting Billy's child. Not because she owes him an explanation for her future, but because they lived through Ava's loss together. Because some news is too sensitive to pass around carelessly. Because even after everything that has changed, there are some emotional truths that still matter. So Sally may ask Adam if they can talk. That one request alone could say everything before the conversation even starts. It suggests seriousness. It suggests care. It suggests that Sally knows this is not going to be easy. And if Adam is already unsettled after everything that happened in Vegas, he may sense immediately that whatever she is about to say is going to land hard. Then comes the shock. Sally may tell Adam that she is pregnant with Billy's baby. And in that moment, the past could come rushing back. For Adam, this may not just be about Sally moving on. It may not even be just about Billy. The deeper pain could come from what this pregnancy forces him to remember. Baby Ava, the child he lost, the future he never got to have, the role of fatherhood that was taken away before he ever had the chance to live it out. That is the wound underneath all of this, and it may reopen the second he hears Sally's news. Of course it will sting. It will sting because Adam knows what was lost. It will sting because Sally is now getting another chance at motherhood, and this time it will be with Billy. It will sting because life can be brutally unfair in the way it moves forward. Some people get another beginning while others are still trying to process the ending that never stopped hurting. And yet Adam may still try to handle the moment with grace. That is what makes this so emotional. He may be hurting deeply, but he probably will not want to make this harder for Sally. He may have all kinds of complicated feelings racing through him, but he will likely try to keep them controlled. He may tell Sally that he is happy for her. He may mean it, at least in part, because even if the news causes him pain, he may still believe Sally deserves happiness. He may still believe she deserves the chance to be a mother again. That does not mean it will be easy to say. Sometimes the hardest words are the kind ones, especially when they come in the middle of heartbreak. Adam may reassure Sally that no child could ever replace Ava. That loss will always be real. That memory will always matter. But at the same time, he may tell her she deserves another chance to love and raise a child. He may tell her she deserves to watch her baby grow up. He may give her that comfort even while his own heart is taking the hit, and that may be the most painful part of all. Because Adam can be supportive and still be wounded. He can say the right thing and still go home carrying the weight of it. He can want Sally to have happiness and still feel the ache of knowing that happiness now ties her to Billy in a permanent way. That is a reality Adam may not enjoy facing, because this is not just about Sally being pregnant, it is also about what this pregnancy means. A lasting connection, a future that includes Billy, a bond that is not temporary and cannot simply fade away. Billy is not just part of Sally's present now. He may become part of her life forever through this child. And even if Adam tries to be mature about it, that truth may quietly hit him from every angle. He probably will not love the idea of Sally and Billy sharing that kind of lifelong tie. Still, Adam may be fair enough to admit that Billy can be a good father. That does not mean Adam will feel comfortable with any of this. It does not mean it will not bother him. It just means he may be able to separate his own personal pain from what Sally needs to hear in that moment. If she is scared, emotional, uncertain, or overwhelmed, Adam may not want to add more pressure. He may choose support over resentment, at least on the surface, but underneath that calm response there could be a storm brewing, because Adam is already returning to Genoa City in a fragile emotional state. He is already struggling to shake what happened in Vegas. He is already dealing with the after effects of being pulled into Matt Clark's world. Now add Sally's pregnancy news to that, and it is not hard to see why this homecoming may feel anything but peaceful. For Adam, Genoa City may not feel like a place where he gets to breathe and reset. It may feel like the place where everything catches up with him. Vegas may be ending, but the emotional fallout may just be beginning. What makes this story work is that it does not need shouting or chaos to feel dramatic. The tension is built into the history. Adam and Sally do not need a huge confrontation for this moment to matter. The weight is already there. It is in what they lost. It is in what they once meant to each other. And it is in what Sally is now preparing to tell him. If Sally does choose to speak to Adam privately, that decision may shape the entire tone of the scene. Privacy matters here. This is not the kind of news that belongs in a crowded room or an accidental hallway moment. This is personal in the deepest way. Sally may want control over how Adam hears it because she knows how loaded this news really is. She may explain that she wanted him to hear it from her. That one sentence may carry more emotion than anything else. It would show that Sally has not forgotten what they shared. It would show that even if their lives have moved in different directions, she still recognizes the bond created by loss. She still recognizes that baby Ava was part of both of their lives, and because of that, Sally may feel that Adam deserves honesty, tenderness, and respect in this moment. There is a quiet maturity in that, but maturity does not remove pain. It only changes how pain gets expressed. Adam may not explode. He may not lash out. He may not say the worst thing that comes into his mind. Instead, this could be one of those moments where his reaction becomes more complicated than loud. He may go silent for a second. He may struggle to process it. He may look like he is holding himself together while 1,000 thoughts hit at once. And really, how could they not? Sally carrying Billy's baby would be a huge surprise for Adam no matter what. But because of Ava, because of everything they went through, this news may cut in a place that has never fully healed. Adam may instantly think about the child he never got to know, the future that ended before it began, and the cruel contrast of Sally now preparing for a new baby with someone else. That kind of emotional whiplash does not go away in a few seconds. It lingers. It follows a person after the conversation ends. It shapes what they say next and what they do not say at all. Adam may decide in that moment that Sally does not need to carry his pain on top of everything else she is feeling, so he may give her kindness instead. He may tell her that he is happy for her. He may speak gently. He may try to let her know that she should not feel guilty about moving forward. He may even remind her that this baby does not replace Ava because nothing ever could. That may be important for Sally to hear too, because even if Sally is ultimately ready to embrace this pregnancy, that does not mean she will be untouched by the past. The loss of Ava may still live inside her. It may still shape the way she reacts to becoming pregnant again. Joy and grief can exist side by side. Hope and fear can exist side by side. This may be a second chance, but it is still being carried on top of an old sorrow. So this conversation may affect both of them in different ways. For Sally, it may be about taking a step toward the future while still honoring the pain of the past. For Adam, it may be about facing the future he will not be part of, at least not in the way he once imagined. That is what gives the story its emotional center. Billy matters here too, of course, not because he is in the room for this conversation, but because his presence is built into every part of it. This is his baby with Sally. This pregnancy connects him to her in a lasting way. That alone may be enough to unsettle Adam, especially if he is trying to keep his emotions under control. He may not love that permanent tie. He may not want to think about Sally and Billy being linked through a child for years to come. And yet, Adam may still admit something honest. Billy may be a good father. That is not the same as approval. It is not the same as comfort. It is simply an acknowledgement that Adam may not be able to deny. That makes the whole situation even more layered. He may be hurt. He may feel replaced in some ways. He may feel haunted by the past. But he may still recognize that Sally's child could have a father who shows up. Sometimes that kind of honesty is harder than anger. It forces Adam to sit with reality instead of fighting it. And reality may be exactly what he has trouble settling into once he gets back to Genoa City, because the story makes it clear that Adam's return home is not going to feel simple. Even before Sally's baby news enters the picture, he is already expected to struggle. He may still feel like Spider on some level. He may still carry the energy of Vegas, the unpredictability, the danger, the emotional damage that came with getting tangled up in Matt Clark drama. That version of Adam may not disappear overnight, so if he walks back into Genoa City hoping for stability, he may not find it. Instead, he may find himself standing face to face with a future that keeps moving, whether he is ready or not. Sally is pregnant. Billy is the father. The hospital confirmation is still ahead, but the direction of the story is already clear. Sally is likely going to accept this new chapter and embrace the opportunity to become a mother again. And Adam will have to figure out what this means for him. That may be the real challenge now, not just hearing the news, but living with it. Not just reacting in one private conversation, but facing what comes after. Seeing Sally differently, seeing Billy differently, seeing himself differently, trying to return to normal when normal no longer exists. Because maybe that is the hardest truth in all of this. Adam is coming home, but home may not feel like the place he left. Too much has shifted, too much has changed, and once Sally tells him the truth, there may be no way to go back to whatever emotional ground they once stood on. That is why this spoiler matters so much. It is not just about shock value, it is about emotional fallout. It is about the collision between grief and new life. It is about timing that feels almost cruel. It is about whether Adam can truly put Sally's happiness first, when her happiness may also be a reminder of everything he lost. And it is about whether this conversation will bring them any closure at all, or only open up feelings they both thought had settled. Sally and Adam clearly have a lot to talk about. The pain of Ava is still there. The reality of Billy's baby is now right in front of them. Adam is coming back from one mess only to walk straight into another kind of emotional storm. So when Sally finally sits him down and tells him the truth, will Adam really be able to hold it together? Or will this baby shock force both of them to face feelings they are nowhere near done with yet?